After hours of oral testimony and pages of written comment, Vice Speaker B.J. Cruz will finally get to discuss his Bill 316 on session floor next week. The measure would raise the minimum wage by 95 cents over the next 3 years, capped at $10.10. Three public hearings were held on the measure, most of which drew wide opposition, including its biggest critic, the Guam Chamber of Commerce.
My response is that, we've had the committee report open for the last 2 months now. There's 10 hours of testimony in opposition to it, but there isn't 1 minute, one suggestion on how to be able to improve it. It's just no. And that cannot be possible.
The chamber, in fact, just had a panel discussion on the truth of the minimum wage, where Deodo Mayor Melissa Savares spoke on how she expects employers will be forced to cut hours and lay off workers.
We have taken care of all the GovGuam employees. We've increased their wages. We've increased the police department and all the public safety people 40%. 40%. The mayor's got a $30,000 increase this last year. And I'm surprised Melissa was on that panel because she got $30,000 and seemingly opposed to people getting $1,900.
GHRA President Mary Rhodes also spoke on that panel, asking to hold off on the measure until an independent economic impact study is completed.
I don't know what they're talking about needing an independent economic assessment. Those are the four recognized economists on this island who have all spoken in favor of it. Unless they're going to be bringing somebody from off island to do the study, the four on island that are recognized and are accredited with the degrees has all spoken in favor of it. What more do they need?
Cruz is referring to University of Guam Professor of Economics Dr. Roseanne Jones, Associate Professor of Economics and Finance Dr. Maria Ruane, Bank of Guam Senior Vice President Joseph Bradley, and DOL Chief Economist Gary Hiles, all of whom spoke at the Guam Women's Chamber of Commerce Forum on wage and compensation. The Guam Chamber, however, has questioned the data from those very economists and their lack of presence at the public hearing. Meanwhile, the public testimony received on Bill 316, along with the committee digest, was recently published online. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Ken Quintaniza.